Here we go. We're gonna do a interior paint on this car. So far what I've done is I've removed everything from the interior of the car, so that's wiring, seats, pedals, steering column, anything not welded or permanent attached in the interior of the car. I've then gone through and I've taken the green Scotch-Brite pads. That's these over here. See if my gimbal follows me. Oh, it does, nice. So I've taken these and I've used these to prep the interior of the car. Every surface that is getting painted has been scrubbed with a green 3M. I guess these are called Scotch-Brite pads. So I use these to scuff everything up, prep the surface. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going through and doing a final cleanup of the interior. All the sound deadener was removed a couple of years ago. I used dry ice for that. That is the best way to remove the sound deadener from a car. Get dry ice, drop it in there, leave it on there. You'll hear it crack and click and pop. And then once you do that, move your pile over another spot and just take a hammer and it basically lifts right off. The only areas that are difficult are the transmission tunnel side. It's got a different kind of sound deadener there. It's like a always soft kind of jute material with a reflective backing. That stuff is a pain in the ass to get off. It's also on the rear wheel wells of these hatchback Civics. That alone, taking those 4 pieces off, so one on either side of the transmission tunnel and the rear wheel wells, took more time than removing all of the other sound deadener in the vehicle combined. So a little bit of investment. Had to take mineral spirits and clean all the sticky stuff off of that as well. We've got that all done now, so where you're catching up to me now is I'm just doing the final interior prep, scrubbing it with these, and then we're gonna get into masking the interior out and then getting it painted. The paint that I'm gonna try using is this stuff here. It's Rust-Oleum, change it to the English side, Rust-Oleum appliance paint. It's an epoxy, it's white, as you can see, which is what I want to have the interior of the car. I was going to do gray, kind of like a battleship gray, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. I painted my cage with that the first time around, and it hasn't really held up very good. I use the same kind of Rust-Oleum brand paint, but it wasn't the appliance epoxy. This stuff, once it hardens, it's shiny and very durable. So that's why I've decided to use this. I've got 6 cans of spray, and then I've got a can of just roll on. So I'm going to use this to get into the difficult areas, like up above the cage, areas that I can't really easily get a spray can into. And we'll get that all done. So this video might be a little lengthy. I'll try to time lapse as much of it as possible without skipping anything. So where we're meeting at this point, like I said, is the interior is completely gutted on the car. Anybody can do that, unbolt it. I've removed all the sound deadening and I've scuffed up half the interior of the car now with a 3M pad. So we'll get into some video of me finishing up the rest of the interior prep with the 3M pad. Then we'll take some grease and oil remover. It's like a body prep stuff. Wipe down every surface on the inside, get everything cleaned off as best as possible. Do a vacuum, a blowout with some air, redo the grease and oil remover, and then we'll get into painting the interior of the car. Okay, so a little bit of gap between the last clip you saw, which was me prepping the interior. Since then, I ended up getting the car masked off and getting the interior painted. I was going to film it all, but to be honest with you, it was such a mess that I didn't want to get the camera or any of the equipment covered in overspray. As you can see here's the plastic I used to cover everything in my garage. As you can see, everything has got overspray on it everywhere. So this is the paint I ended up going with. It's a Rust-Oleum appliance epoxy. I used about 5.5 cans to do the interior, plus about half of this single quart can. It was a lot longer, a lot more involved process than I anticipated. Here's the results. The results came out fairly well. I'm happy with what I got and how it turned out. The paint's good. It gives you a nice glossy finish, so that was pretty good. Yeah, so this has been sitting now for 3 weeks to fully cure and harden up. So I didn't want to run the risk of trying to work with a paint that was soft. Plus the holidays, I got the car painted Christmas weekend, so on the 23rd I got it painted, and I've left it since then. The biggest tip that I have for anybody doing this is make sure that your masking job is 100%. I went through and covered the car as best as I could, anticipating a normal amount of overspray from this, but it was unbelievable how much overspray this paint gave. It went everywhere. So after the first little bit of painting the firewall area, I ended up stopping and going to Home Depot and getting more plastic to mask off the car, and as you can see, my toolboxes and all that stuff as well. So I did the best I could on the doors and everything, but there was some gaps. So I do have some white overspray on black door jambs that I need to clean up. So I'll have to take mineral spirits and some elbow grease to get those cleaned up and black again. The rest of the car, there's some areas that have got some dusting on it as well that I'll have to go through and clean up as well. So let me try to get you some better photos of how the interior finished up. So when I was talking about overspray, that's what I was talking about. I had a little gap in the door there, and then it resulted in all of this getting some overspray on it. Fortunately, all of this is getting cut out and removed, so I'm not too concerned about it. But if you are, make sure you mask everything off properly, especially your doors. And then here's the other bit. I did have tape there, but what happened is overnight it lifted up and I didn't realize it, and the overspray got through. So yeah, not the greatest. This side's not bad, the other side's quite a bit worse. I also made this fan setup because I'm in an enclosed garage and it's minus 15 outside when I was doing this. I didn't want to have any doors open, so I set this up with a bunch of Home Depot brand air filters and a large fan. And this actually worked really well to pull the fumes out of the garage. I did have a full face mask on with organic filters in it to protect my lungs, but that worked to control most of the overspray. So here's the worst one. I don't know what was going on when I taped this off, but I got spots everywhere. As you can see, just overspray all over the place. So anyways, this is the final results. Fairly nice glossy finish in here. I'm happy with it for what this car is used for, so I think it'll work. I think it'll work pretty good. So. Yeah. Again, like I said though, take extra time when you're getting ready to do this if you do it, to make sure that all of your masking tape and stuff is positioned properly and firm, fixed well. I also got quite a bit of overspray on my sill. That's gonna get repainted anyway, so I'm not too concerned about that, but it still sucks to do it in the first place. I expect better of myself. Also, anything that had any kind of static on it seemed to have attracted overspray as well. You can see it on the door here, the fender, and all these plastic trims for some reason really attracted it as well. Door handles. See, I don't know what was going on with it, but whatever it was, it wasn't, didn't make things easy. So yeah, I think that'll cover this this episode. I didn't get into great detail on it, kind of just more kind of time lapse and showing what's the work involved in doing it. Apologies for not filming the painting. It was just such a mess. I did one test here and I realized it was going to be way too messy to try to have any kind of either my phone out to record or a GoPro or anything like that. They would have got ruined. So I don't make any money doing the GoPro or the YouTube videos, so I'm not going to sacrifice equipment for the shot. So yeah, we're gonna get on to the next one. We'll probably be gutting the doors. So I'm gonna go through fully gutting these doors. This car is a 99 hatch, Canadian delivery. So it's got two rebars in each door. So each door has two rebars in it. Plus I'm removing the windows and the regulators and all that kind of stuff. So it'll just be a shell after, or once I'm done. And we're gonna put some Lexan windows in it as well. So we'll probably have the door gutting and the rear hatch gut next episode. And then after that, we'll get into doing the Lexan windows in the car. So stay tuned. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.